pieces of the rainbow. Just like red is red and blue is blue, I like you for being you. I like the freckles on your cheeks and your missing teeth. I like your silly giggle and your dancing wiggle. I like you when you're sad. I like you when you're mad. I like you when you're happy. I like you when you're grumpy. I like you all the time, and I'll tell you why. You see, red is red. It is not blue. It is different from red, and so are me and you. I have curly hair and olive skin and brown eyes. Maybe you have red hair or dark skin or blue eyes. Maybe you have a wheelchair or a special arm or a scar on your belly that is no cause for alarm. Because I like you just the way you are. I like that you are different from me. A rainbow would not be a rainbow if it was only one color. A rainbow is a rainbow because all the colors come together. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple, they are all different, but they are all magnificent. Just like you and me, and your mothers or fathers, and your teachers and friends, we are all part of the rainbow, each one so different, and every one perfect just the way they are.
Science!
Hello and welcome to Mad Morgan's Science Show. Sorry, I was just reading a book about anti-gravity and it was impossible to put down. Today, we're going to be learning about why things fall, why things roll, and what makes the world go round. Hint, it isn't money or ice cream. I hope you've got your reading glasses on because we're going to be getting stuck into the life of a really clever bloke.
Isaac Newton.
And he wrote a very smart book called Philosophiae Naturalis Principia. I can't pronounce it, but it was really smart, and his name is Isaac Newton. It's time for 5 fun fast facts. Number 1, Isaac Newton was a scientist and he was born in Lincolnshire. Number 2, he explained motion, the movement of the planets, light and colour. Number 3, he discovered so many things and he could show how they worked through experiments and mathematics. Number 4, Newton was the first person to explain gravity. Number 5, some of Newton's ideas sound quite simple now. It's hard to think of a time where we didn't even know what gravity was, but these were revolutionary at his time.
It's story time. One day, Newton was taking a walk, and suddenly, boing! An apple fell from the tree and hit the floor. As the apple fell, Newton thought, why does it always fall straight and not sideways or upwards? There must be something pulling the apple to the earth, some attraction between objects. This is what we call gravity.
It's time for the experiments. We've got lots to get through today, so we'd better get moving. Get it? We're talking about the laws of motion and... never mind. First, let's test out gravity. Yep, that works. For this second experiment, we need to go incognito. That's better. So, this is testing out the first law of motion, which is an object that is at rest, which means not moving, will stay at rest unless a force acts on it. Let's get testing. Okay, so Seren's sleeping over there. Can you hear her? Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this water and I'm going to throw it in her face. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I was sleeping! Okay, experiment number 3. This is to try out the second law of motion. For every action, there is an opposite reaction and forces come in pairs. One way to test this out is to grab a partner and hold hands. If one of you pulls, then you'll fall one way. But if you both pull at the same time, then you can balance. You can try balancing forces out in lots of different ways. Let's try it out. Whoa! Well, that was cool. But why does it work? Well, there are always forces acting on every single object at all times, and gravity is one of the most important ones. It's what keeps everything from just floating away, and what holds our planet in orbit. Gravity is an attraction between all objects. So, for example, the moon is attracted to the Earth, and both orbit the sun. Like this. So, next time your parent asks, why is everything on the floor in your bedroom, just say, it's gravity.
Useful signs. Apple. Your turn. Apple. Newton. N-E-W-T-O-N. Newton. Gravity. Your turn. Gravity. A bear, however hard he tries, grows tubby without exercise. Our teddy bear is short and fat, which is not to be wondered at. He gets what exercise he can by falling off the ottoman, but generally seems to lack the energy to clamber back. Now, tubbiness is just the thing which gets a fellow wondering, and Teddy wondered lots about the fact that he was rather stout. He thought, if only I were thin. But how does one begin? He thought, it really isn't fair to grudge me with exercise and air. For many weeks he pressed in vain his nose against the window pane, and envied those who walked about, reducing their unwanted stout. None of the people he could see is quite, he said, as fat as me. Then with a still more moving sigh, I mean, he said, as fat as I. Now Teddy, as was only right, slept in the ottoman at night, and with him crowded in as well more animals than I can tell. Not only these, but books and things, such as a kind relation brings. Old tales of once upon a time, and history retold in rhyme. One night it happened that he took a peep at an old picture book, wherein he came across by chance the picture of a king of France, a stoutish man, and down below these words, King Louis, so-and-so, nicknamed the Handsome. There he sat, and think of it, the man was fat. Our bear rejoiced like anything to read about this famous king, nicknamed the Handsome, not a doubt. The man was definitely stout. Why then, a bear, for all his tub, might yet be named the Handsome Cub. Might yet be named, or did he mean that years ago might have been? For now he felt a slight misgiving. Is Louis so-and-so still living? Fashions and beauty have a way of altering from day to day. Is handsome Louis with us yet? Unfortunately, I forget. Next morning, nose to window pane, the doubt occurred to him again. One question hammered in his head. Is he alive, or is he dead? Thus, nose to pane, he pondered, but the lattice window loosely shut swung open with one startled "Oh!" Our Teddy disappeared below. There happened to be passing by a plump man with a twinkling eye, who, seeing Teddy in the street, raised him politely to his feet, and murmured kindly in his ear soft words of comfort and of cheer. Well, well, allow me, not at all,
Tut tut, a very nasty fool. Our Teddy answered not a word. It's doubtful if he even heard. Our bear could only look and look. The stout man in the picture book, that handsome king. Could this be he, this man of adiposity? Impossible, he thought, but still, no harm in asking. Yes, I will. Are you, he said, by any chance, His Majesty, the King of France? The other answered, I am that, bowed stiffly, and removed his hat. Then said, Excuse me, with an air, but is it Mr. Edward Bear? And Teddy, bending very low, replied politely, Even so. They stood beneath the window there, the King and Mr. Edward Bear, and Handsome, in a trifle fat, talked carelessly of this and that. Then said His Majesty, Well, well, I must get on, and rang the bell. Your bear, I think, he smiled. Good day, and turned, and went upon his way. A bear, however hard he tries, grows tubby without exercise. Our teddy bear is short and fat, which is not to be wondered at. But do you think it worries him to know that he is far from slim? No, just the other way about. He's proud of being short and stout.
Useful signs. Poem. You'll go. Poem. Bear. You'll go. Bear. Exercise. Your turn. Exercise.
Get moving!
Hello everybody and welcome to Get Moving. Today we're going to be doing a story from Roald Dahl and we're going to be acting it out. It's called The Enormous Crocodile. Are you ready? Let's go! Our story starts in a swampy river in Africa. So everyone lift your knees up and we're going to go squelch, squelch, squelch. Fantastic. And then, oh no, look over there. It's the enormous crocodile. Can you be a crocodile too? Go, like that. Now this was a very scary crocodile who liked eating children. And he wanted to go to town and eat a whole class full of children. But all of the other animals in the jungle didn't think that he could do it. Let's meet all the other animals in the jungle. So the first animal we're going to meet is Humpy Rumpy the hippopotamus. So let's all move like hippopotamuses, like this. Very good. The next animal is Trunky the elephant. So get your trunks out and pretend to be elephants. Next, it's Mugglewump the monkey. So everyone do this. And last, there's Roly Poly the bird. So get flapping. All of the other animals said, Horrible crocodile, you'll never be able to eat all of those children. And the crocodile said, You look here, I'm going to eat all of those children for dinner, plus some more. So the enormous crocodile travelled out of the swampy river and into the town. And he thought to himself, I know, I've got a clever plan. If I disguise myself as a coconut tree, the kids won't be able to see me and I can gobble them up. So let's all pretend to be coconut trees, swaying in the breeze. And the children appear. But then suddenly, Humpy Rumpy the hippopotamus comes over and says, Watch out, children, there's a big crocodile waiting to snap you up. And the children run away screaming, Ah! The crocodile said, I won't give up. I know what I'll do. I'll go to a playground outside of school and I'll pretend to be a seesaw. Can you pretend to be a seesaw too? And then the children appear. And he nearly reaches them, but then Mugglewump the monkey comes in and says, "Watch out, children, the crocodile's going to get you." And the children see the crocodile and go, "Ah!" And they all run away. So the crocodile goes hungry again. "Oh no," said the crocodile, "I missed them again. I know what I'll do. I'll go to the fun fair and I'll pretend to be part of the merry-go-round ride. Can you pretend to be on a merry-go-round too?" And just as the crocodile saw the children and was about to gobble them up, Roly-Poly the bird appeared and said, "Watch out, children, there's a crocodile about." And so the children see the crocodile and go, "Ah!" And they all run away. "Oh no," said the crocodile, "not again. I know what I'll do. I'll go to the forest and I'll set up a lovely picnic. And then I'll pretend to be a picnic table. Can you pretend to be a picnic table too? And I'm going to wait very still and very quiet for the children to come." And so the children came. But then suddenly, Trunky the elephant appeared and said, "Watch out, there's a crocodile about." And the crocodile said, "Oh no, I nearly got the children." And the children said, "Ah, a crocodile!" And they all ran away. And so the crocodile went hungry again. Now Trunky said, "Look here, crocodile, you've been very naughty, and I've had enough of your clever tricks." So he grabbed Crocodile by the tail and he swung him round. "You do it, swing, swing." And he swung faster and faster and faster until, whoops, the crocodile flew up and away and out into outer space. And the crocodile was flying past Mars and the moon and all the way into the sun, where it got very, very warm indeed. And then suddenly, Crocodile was incinerated like a sausage. Useful signs. Crocodile. Your turn. Crocodile. Hippo. Your go. Hippo. Monkey. Your turn. Monkey.
Nature.
Hello, my name is Rebeka and I'm from Hungary. So I thought today I'd tell you a Hungarian folktale about a little mouse who needs winter boots, and I'm going to teach you some Hungarian words too.
Once upon a time, there was a Scheherazade, a little mouse. Scheherazade needed some boots for the winter, so she decided to go to the market. On her way to the market, she ran into Tita, the cat. Tita saw Scheherazade and asked her, "Where are you going, Scheherazade?" "I'm going to the market to buy some winter boots." "Oh, the market. Sounds so wonderful. I don't suppose while you're at the market you could get me a beautiful ball of yarn to play with." "Of course I could. But you won't forget, will you?" "Of course not. I will tie a knot on my tail so I won't forget." They said their goodbyes, and Scheherazade continued. Shortly after, she ran into another friend, Kutya, the dog. "Where are you going, Scheherazade?" "I'm going to the market to get winter boots." "Oh, the market, that's great. I don't suppose you could get me a pretty bowl to drink my water out of." "Of course I can, Kutya, and so I don't forget I will tie a knot on my tail." The Scheherazade continued on her journey, but not long after saying goodbye, she ran into another friend, Baran, the sheep. "Where are you going, Scheherazade?" "I'm going to the market to get some winter boots." "The market, that's wonderful. I don't suppose you could get me a new apron to wear when you're there?" "Of course I could, and so I don't forget, I'd better tie a knot on my tail." They said their goodbye, and Scheherazade continued her journey to the market. She got there in time, and all the stalls were busy and full. She looked at her tail and tried to remember what to get. So I have 1, 2, 3 things I must get. 1, a ball of yarn for Tita. 2, a ball for Kutja. And 3, an apron from Barke. She went and bought all the things. On her way back, she first gave the apron to Barke, the ball for Kutja, and last she saw Tita and gave him the ball of yarn. "Thank you so much," said Tita. "Now let me see those winter boots that you got for yourself." Oh no, the winter boots! In the midst of getting all the things for her friends, Scheherazade completely forgot to get her own boots. She quickly ran back to the market, but by the time she got back, almost all things were gone, except for 1 pair of boots. To her luck, they were just the right size. And so Scheherazade and all her friends enjoyed their gifts, and this is where my story ends.
I hope you enjoyed this story. So what words did we learn? We learned Scheherazade, which means little mouse. And we learned Tita, which means cat. And we learned Kutja, which means dog. And we learned Barke, which means lamb. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day. Goodbye.
Useful signs. Mouse. Your turn. Mouse. Cat. Your go. Cat. Boots. Your turn. Boots.
Story time!
It's time to wind down our show today with another mini-myth with Charlie. This one is a Middle Eastern folktale from a story called the Arabian Nights, and it's called
1001 Nights. Once upon a time, there lived a fearsome king whose reputation stretched far and wide for being an untouchable tyrant who killed every woman he married. He would marry a new girl each night, then have her executed by morning, all because his first wife had hurt him, so now he lashed out without warning. Scheherazade was the vizier's daughter, clever and witty. She already knew, when the king eventually chose her, exactly what she would have to do. Her father asked her to run away, but Scheherazade would not leave her home. She went before the king with head held high and tried to remember every book and tome she had studied in her short life, the romances, the poems, the histories, and asked the king if she could tell her sister one final bedtime story. He allowed it and came to listen in while Scheherazade weaved a complex plot, full of intrigue, gripping drama, and love. The listening king liked the story a lot. But Scheherazade did not finish the story before dawn arrived, and the king needed to hear the end, so Scheherazade survived. The next night, she continued where she left off, drawing the story to a happy end, and began another epic tale, which she didn't finish, as was the trend. Each night Scheherazade began another, and each night the king listened to her, rapt, enthralled by every twist of the tale. She began to feel less and less trapped. This went on for 1,000 nights, until the king asked for another tale, and Scheherazade told him that she had run out. There would be no more exquisite detail. The tales ended, no more use for Scheherazade, but the king could not bring himself to kill her. He had fallen in love with the storyteller. He thought nothing like this could occur. She was surprised at the change of heart, but had come to love her listener as well. So the two were married properly, which made quite another tale to tell. The end.